Hello. In the first clip I told you everything is energy. And it also means when everything is energy, everything radiates energy. And this radiation you can also call an aura. So everything has an aura. And also everybody can perceive this aura, this radiation. You don't need very psychic to do this, and this is what we also will practice in the course. If each person can do this, the only thing is you have to be in a kind of relaxed concentration, and that's why we use the 5-point meditation, or perhaps you have even your own method. Well, the first exercise to really perceive energy, your own radiation, is to rub your hands a little bit when you are in this kind of relaxed concentration. You rub your hands and it also opens the chakras in the palms of your hands, and you can perceive a kind of cloud between your hands. It can feel like denser or even two magnets that are pushing from each other. Well, this is different for each person, but you can really perceive something there when you are concentrating on it. And then the next thing what you can perceive, there are certain layers. Energy or radiation always shows itself in layers. And these layers you can feel like a kind of thicker zone. So when I move my hands like this, there's a layer here, but also there's one over here. And now you can see I can go very far with my hands. I can perceive those layers. We will practice this together. Then the next one, and is even more exciting, we can do this together and even online. You can perceive the energy of another person. And again, when you connect with each other quite clearly, you can sense the layers between the energy of your two hands, moving towards each other. And the most amazing thing is when you sense a layer, the other person can do this on the same time. It's a very important perception. Now, this is already not so practical, but it's fun and also discovering how easy this is. But to make this practical, we can move to the floor and the soil radiance. Everything has an energy, everything has a radiance. So the more energy there is, the more vital something is. So when there's a high radiance and high soil radiance, you can something tell about the vitality of the soil, meaning when you sow a crop, it can grow easily. Or even in a building, people are healthier and have a better mood. Well, also there, the floor of the soil radiance shows itself in layers. And what we discovered in practice, like we discovered many things, practicing with ECOintention, that also the floor and the soil radiance have layers, and it's a matter of counting. There are 4 layers. The 0 layer is always a layer quite close to the floor of about 20 to 30 centimeters, and it gives some information what's on this floor. So when it's concrete, it can be a very sharp energy. When there's a wooden carpet, it feels much different. But it says more about what's on the floor than about the amount of energy in the room or in the soil. Well, then it's all a matter of counting. So when you move up, you can, when there is a good soil energy, you can perceive the first layer in about of 70 centimeters, the second one of 140 and the third one of 2.10 meters. It can even go higher, even to 3 meters, when you are in places with a huge amount of energy. So this is quite counting and sensing. And then you will also discover when a place where you feel bad and the plants won't grow, there is low energy. So it's not only a feeling, but you can also perceive this and even measure the height of it with a kind of measuring tool. So there, when the energy is low, you can perceive a layer. The zero layer is there, of course, but the first one is about 40 centimeters, second on 80, and the third one is on 1 meter 20. It's all going down like a kind of harmonica. So there already you have the first application of the amount of energy being present in a room or in a soil. And now the whole thing is, when you perceive this, now you can have the interpretation. I will come this in a few minutes about this, but you can also start improving this, which will also learn you. And the first thing that will go up, will improve, is the radiance of the floor or the soil. So there you can also measure immediately the effect of your balancing. So the next part of this clip I will show you on the flap over, because between the layers are also transition zones. And in those transition zones you can feel the quality of the energy. Because the energy is there, so the height of the radiance says something about the quantity, but the transition zone says something about the quality. And there's a lot to tell you about the quality of energy, but first, again, to make it very simple and practical, we are using the concept of Wilhelm Reich. It's very down to earth, very practical, the things Reich discovered about energy. And what he discovered, he distinguishes three major kinds of energy. First, he talks about orgone, that's the healthy flowing energy. And you can perceive it in these transition zones like a really sparkling, joyful energy. It's flowing, it's soft, and it's there. But then, this orgone can change into oranur by tension. It can be stress in your own body. When you have a lot of stress, your own orgone changes in oranur, a very prickling, even sharp, tensed energy. And you can perceive this. Even when you approach a person, you feel this tension already. But this also can be in a room and in a soil. It can be caused by electromagnetic vibes from transmissions, for instance, from radios. And when you say now, well, you have the 2, 3, 4, 5G at the moment, there's a lot of electromagnetic wave in our ether. And ether is, again, another name for live energy. Wilhelm Reich warned for this already in the 1940s and 1950s of last century, and also did Nikola Tesla and Rudolf Steiner. They warned when there were much more electromagnetic waves being in our atmosphere, that will be turned in very tensed energy. And this is what you can perceive also in the radiance. We will practice this. Then the third one is door, and door comes from dead energy. It's a dense, sticky energy, and it is oranur, this oranur changing into door. And it's causing also blockages in the energy. And you can perceive this as a dark, sticky energy also with your hands. Okay, this is the first part of this clip. We will come to part 2. I will tell you more about the transition zones and also how it's affecting the cosmic energy coming inward. Thank you.